What's up, guys? It's me, Jack, and today we are back. We're actually no, I don't think. Right, we are in Universe Sandbox. So today we are just going to sort of mess around in this solar system. So we're just gonna mess around, do some destruction, or in some way mess with the Earth, maybe. Like I always like to mess with Earth a little bit, because it's really fun. Obviously, the point of Universe Sandbox is to be crazy with planets. But I really don't know why it looks miserable right now, the way it looks. It looks like it's just misery compared to before. Honestly, they did get a new update about like how lights were, how the lights worked. They changed their lighting in an update, and I'm not really a fan of it. It's actually made it look a bit worse, in my opinion. But yeah, this is the planet. So we shall do something to Earth. So I'm going to randomly add a laser. So yeah, this is a planet. Uh, right. I don't know if I should just scale it a little bit. I'm going to make it not too big. So the medium I'm going to do is maybe. Is there heat? Does heat exist? Hot magic. I'm not sure that has anything to do with it. I'm a bit confused. Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hot magic. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna still scale it down by a little bit, and I'm gonna aim at this. I'm gonna aim at Norway. So now, technically, the stuff has changed a bit, and the UK again is avoided, like always. This is my country right there. I'm actually gonna make Greenland hot. Make it dry. I'm gonna make it snowless. Take the North Pole out. Then do Antarctica. Let's do that. So that's not doing alt. It's a bit weird. No, that is melting. It's actually just continuing, that's what I can say. I'm actually gonna make it just a bit bigger, that's what I can do. Total power. Make it a bit more powerful. Yeah, this is gonna cause a lot of chaos around this planet. So the US is, I think, is fine. The UK again is okay, but boom. Well, the UK still remains the same, but I'm going to erode it completely. Looks misery. Okay, I'm gonna change my medium to carbon monoxide. Monoxide! That should definitely impact this planet. Right, let me take the tools off. Oh my god, there's a blue beam. Right, I'm not using them powers again. I'm just gonna check if the Earth is still working out well. Motion. I don't know where you find that thing where it says like chance of life or whatever. I honestly forgot where that was, like I always did. I always forget where that was. Is it composition? Life likelihood. Right. 18.2, so it's gradually increasing. So it's in composition. Magnetic field. I'm going to make it even stronger. Right. So the Earth right now is quite cold right now. Apparently it's pretty cold around here. So that temperature right there is 239 and it's gradually decreasing. It's just gonna get even colder. Well, where is the coldest part exactly? Would it be this part? Right there. Where do you even find the coldest point? Is it this way? Or it does gradually get hotter. Right. This is 250 degrees. But gradually it's gonna get warmer and warmer. But this does decrease though. So I'm actually gonna turn this up so it goes like years and years. That's okay. I think it is gonna normalize eventually. But it's actually getting colder, that's what I can say. The earth is getting cold. It's actually really cold right now. A lot of the places are flooded, everything's flooded. So at this point, I'm actually going to make a massive explosion. Detonation delay. What the hell is this? 1. Actually, no, I'm going to do 10 seconds. I'm going to do an explosion in South Africa. Oh. The Earth is gone. I think we're just have another asteroid belt. I think we just made an asteroid belt. I'm gonna try explode the sun. This is what I like to do. Explode the sun. Supernova. Mercury. Venus. They're all gonna be glowing. Mars. Jupiter. Saturn. Uranus. Neptune. Haumea Makemake. Eris. Gongon. Pluto. Every single flipping planet is now a fragment. Okay, let's just make another solar system. We're going to get ourselves a new simulation. Right. Right, so actually no, I need an existing. I'm just gonna do the solar system. There we go. And we do not need the explode tool. We just don't need it. So what the hell do we do? Like, clearly, what do we do? There we go. We need to power spin. So spin transform. If I transform Earth's size, I think that actually just transforms like when summer happens, etc. So this is technically, what would we call this? Like, what would we call it? We're just gonna drag Earth to be closer to the sun. Gonna be a bit off its habitable zone. It's actually gonna probably crash into Venus one day. It's actually crashing to Venus. It literally might end up crashing. Now, average temperature is increasing. I'm gonna make it like a normal season. So, this is gonna be winter. So for us, so we're gonna make Australia get all the sunlight. Even the equator is not fully good. Actually, I don't think this country even gets any sunlight at this point. I don't think the UK even gets sunlight. There's no sunlight in the UK. What a shame. Yeah, UK is just gonna be darkness. That's all it's gonna be. Dark. Nothing else is going to happen. Just a tiny bit of France, but nothing's going to happen. Nothing's happening, unfortunately. No sunlight is going to go to the UK. No chance. This is the silliest transformation I've ever done. I'm still going to move it around. So this is Earth. I'm actually going to make it even less and less visible for it. I'm going to make it sort of almost orbit in its side. So the UK barely gets any sunlight. What a shame. The UK did not get any sunlight. I'm actually want to land somewhere. I'm actually going to land in my country. I need to move around. Right, to the UK. just land somewhere in the UK and see what the weather cycle or the daylight cycle. You only see a peak of sun, but not really anything else except that. Right, take that out. I don't want that transformation tool anyway. That's when the sun is, I think. That's where the sun is. And then the sun pretty much would rise here. Probably that's the sun right there, even though it really isn't the sun. Right, I'm gonna take out. This is the sun. Flipping heck. That's the sun, even though it's not sending out any light. No light's being sent. It's not. Nothing's even happening. Where's the Earth? Where the heck is Earth? This is just an unimaginary world where no sunlight is in the UK. Like, that would be a bit weird, in my opinion. Yeah, so no sun is going to rise. Just a bit of Mercury, that's what we're going to see. Tap on it. That was an asteroid. Yeah, we still cannot see the sun. Still clearly isn't there. And this is Britain. Right, I'm going to go to Spain and see if there's going to be a bit of a difference. And I think there will be a bit of a difference. There will be a difference. Spain. Right, so I'm going to go this way. Wait, no. There we go. Right, so the sun does sort of appear, but I still can't really see a thing. Like, why did it still not seem visible? I'm a bit confused with that. Off. What am I doing? I'm turning my space goggles off because, like, it's no sunlight is even going through. We need the sun to be visible. Crap. Like, the only place you'll get a bit of sunlight is in Spain. And yeah, there's a bit of sun here. But it's gone. We don't see any sunlight. Yeah, no sunlight. And it appears so much bigger. Because obviously we are in a different area. We're in a different location to its habitable zone. Like, we're like right next to Venus. Is the sun even being itself right now? Right, let me turn them on for now. Because why does it look so damn bright? Right, I'm actually going to move Earth back to its sort of normal zone. The Earth really is suffering. I think it's kind of suffering a little bit. Because temperatures are gradually really increasing. I'm actually going to move it back to its habitable zone. Like, it needs to be moved. Because there's nothing we can do. We need to move it. It's to sort of between, obviously, Venus and Mars. It should be where it should be. I'm actually going to get myself the trails back. Right, that should roughly be back to normal. But we actually are getting more near Mars. It's actually working quite differently to how it should. It's like, it's kind of going near Mars' orbit and then goes quite near Venus' orbit. It's quite a strange orbit, that. That is a little bit strange in my opinion. And the sun actually... Oh, crap. That's not good. The Earth is suffering. That's a massive problem. Right, we need to move that. We're moving it here. That must melt it all. Flipping heck, it's back in that place again. Right, let me actually just get a new solar system. Because this is getting a bit strange, a bit annoying in my opinion. So the Earth should be setting in the west and rising in the east. Like, this is normal. It's supposed to work this way. I think I just made the Earth rotate on its side. That's probably why. I think I made Earth like rotate on its side. That's probably why the UK wasn't getting any sunlight, because it was like sort of orbiting in a different way. Like, it was obviously the sun was facing south. It set actually just rises south. I'm gonna kind of do this again. I'm gonna transform Earth a little bit. So I'm gonna make this a really, really strange Earth. I'm making a strange version of the Earth. It's gonna be very weird. And it will be. It just will be. Now the world's technically upside down. Yeah, like, the world is technically upside down at this point. Like, this would be the southern hemisphere, I'd think. That would be the southern hemisphere. Not the northern, it'd be southern. It really would be the southern hemisphere. And this is... It's very, very, very dodgy. We can't really tell. Like, what if it normally looks like? Like, this is... This is a strange version of Earth. I just made it rotate to its side. Right, I'm gonna make it go like that. This is its side, that's orbiting on its side, which is very, very weird in my opinion. It's like one side gets sunlight, one side doesn't. That's kind of the situation that's going on. Now, average temperature really has decreased. I'm actually gonna freaking increase that. I made Earth explode. Flipping heck. This game makes me a bit dizzy sometimes, in my opinion. It makes me dizzy, it's a bit strange. Right, so... Okay, what else should we do? Should I mess with a solar eclipse? Because this was April 8th, 2024. Where is the moon? Where's the moon? I'm actually going to turn... I need this on. And where's the moon? The moon is right there. So we need to make it more visible. So the moon is facing Earth and that's facing the sun. So we are going to make the moon move kind of away from the Earth. We're going to slightly transform its location again. So we're going to move it, drag it across. So it's like the eclipse will never happen. Like that. And then if I land on Earth, I'm going to take these off. We are going to land in America, for example. We're going to look for the moon. I'm going to turn the clouds off, the atmosphere off, and look for the moon. And they move pretty much just past it. But if I reverse time, the moon will probably cause an eclipse. It actually just passed. It's not actually done anything. Nothing's actually happened. Oh no. Flipping heck, why is there so much snow going to America? Why is there a lot of snow going to America and the UK? I don't know. This is a snowland. This is snow. Right, this is very, very just stupid in my opinion. And this is sun. We are going to actually make the moon cause an eclipse. So we're going to drag it so much closer to Earth. Like at this point I might be crashing into it a little bit. Slightly lift it up. I want to lift it up. Right, no. What am I doing? Right. Rotate like that. Move. How do I make it go up or down? No, like that. If I make it go this way, I'm gonna make the moon go to the North Pole. I'm gonna make it a bit higher, and then make it past the North Pole. Make it quite close, like dangerously close to the North Pole. Even though that's a really, really bad idea. You still can't see any shadows. Transformation. I'm actually gonna turn velocity off. I'm still gonna keep moving it a little bit, so I'm going to turn it down a damn lot. 1 minute per second. Yeah, this is the silliest thing ever, really. That is just silly. Off. If I make the moon kind of touch the pole a little bit. That's actually not even the pole, that's actually Asia. That's Asia. Right. How the heck? What the hell do I do? I'm actually landing in the moon. That's what I can say. I'm actually fly to land like that, and then the moon will be like that. Flipping heck, that's just freaking dangerous, isn't it? It's a planet now. Gosh, how do I change its orbital pattern? I need it to not orbit the sun. I want it to orbit Earth. I'm actually gonna make it crash into the Earth like that. Ah! Uh-oh. Oh, frick. Okay, well, I'm gonna move on back to the solar system and make it the same thing happen. I'm gonna make the moon go to the poles. So I've been slouching all day. Right, okay, anyways, I need to get the moon. Put it like, I'm gonna just put it there for now, keep it still. And then I am going to transform. I'm going to custom transformations. So we're going to go put it like kind of where the poles are. The poles like sort of there-ish. It would be like there, and I'm going to make it a bit higher, obviously. I don't want it to be calling... Oh, no. Pfft. Where's the Earth? Where the hell's the Earth? Right, okay, it's there. Right, if I called an orbitable change, I'm actually going to change its orbit. I'm going to add the moon into orbit and make it go from like a pole. I'm going to make it orbit like this, a bit like that. But actually, I'm actually going to change it slightly. And, gosh. Delete. And like that, go all psychopath. Like that. That's gonna orbit perfectly around the Earth. And yeah, this is gonna be weird. The pattern's gonna be entirely different. Like the moon's orbiting like a sort of, let me get its orbit label on. So it's going to obviously go, I think it's going to work like it more depend on the hemisphere than the actual side of the Earth. It's going to depend on which hemisphere it's on. So if you're in the southern hemisphere right now, so if you're there, you cannot see the moon because the Earth is blocking it. The Earth is blocking the moon from that part. If you're in the northern hemisphere, where I am currently, like I've always been, you can see the moon at this time. So I'm going to land in my country. What the hell? No. would that be fair enough? I think I'll just count all the atmosphere and the clouds. You can obviously see the moon at this time. So then the moon goes down the equator to the southern hemisphere. So it's in the other side of Earth. So right, if I go in the model here, it just works like that. We are going to get off this area and go to the southern hemisphere. I honestly can't tell if the moon's trying to block it or something. Well, no, it's not. I'm gonna go to Antarctica. I'm gonna land here. I want to land there. Land there. So, the moon should rise somewhere. So, the moon's orbit is there. So, yep. So, it rises from there. Goes round Antarctica. If I go to another side, if I go somewhere in the southern hemisphere, like South Africa, for example, I think you could see it from a different kind of angle. We'll probably see it from an entirely different angle. So if I land here, you can see the moon in a slightly different angle, I think. So where is the moon? The moon's gonna work a little bit differently depending where you orbit, where you are, but I'm actually a bit lost for the moon, actually. I'm going to turn their orbits off, turn trails on. Actually, I'm going to turn them off. So, where's the moon? Where's the bloody moon? The moon in the other side of Earth or something? I don't know. Where's the moon? Right, okay, it's not there yet. It's... Right, okay, that's not... I think it's already set. It's in the northern hemisphere, I assume. It's daytime. And then eventually the moon should rise from somewhere. So the moon is there. I don't think Alt is coming. Oh, actually, yes it is. So the moon rises from there. So it's an entirely different area. But unfortunately the moon will not go like straight up like this because it's going around the poles. It's not like from, you know, if you're in Earth, it would not work like, because it would work like this. Not like that. As you can see from my model of the Earth, that's kind of how I'm demonstrating it. So that it's like one side of Africa to kind of the other. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the North Pole, or sort of basically Greenland, and land here. So the moon would be not quite there yet because it's not completely past Africa nor the UK, so it's going to be a little bit until the moon does start rising. And the moon is here from basically all that. And since it's going across the poles, it's going to be straight up and pretty much everywhere, and then it will set again. Like that. The moon will do the same thing, heading north to Africa. I'm going to check where it currently is. So it goes from like that. So the moon right now, I think it's in the other side of Earth. Going, right, the moon is there. So right now it's traveling sort of through. I'm actually going to face the side of the moon that faces the Earth, so I'm going to land there. The Earth should be straight up, so we are kind of lifting up. So so South America and a bit of North America would be visible for the moon, because obviously it's right there. It's basically in that sort of area, and the UK probably can't quite see it. I don't think the UK can see it. I'm actually going to check. Even though it is sort of just an edge of the direction, it would be quite an edge. So it may or may not be visible. So I'm just going to land here on Earth. I'm going to land. Boom. and try look for the moon. So the moon, and yes, it is visible at this time, and in this planet, and this country. So it is the most of the other side of the Earth that you can't see. Right, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna kind of land there again. So just face down the Earth like that. Land. Then again, the moon will be there, and the Earth is going down. Now this side of the moon, the Earth is gone. Then the Earth will rise while the moon is kind of not there. I'm gonna go to wherever it's rising from and see what side it's currently facing. I'm just gonna go straight to the other side of the moon, see where Earth is and where it's facing in the Earth, whether it's the UK or the other side of the planet, like somewhere in Asia maybe, but we don't really know because obviously it spins while our moon orbits Earth, so it literally may be a lot different to how it was. So the Earth is right there, so this is facing sort of in the Atlantic, sort of at the Atlantic Ocean, so it's like facing Africa and South America kind of area. And the UK is sort of visible for now, but now the UK isn't visible. Africa still is, South America still is, and now Africa is roughly invisible, but South Africa is still visible. And then the other side of Africa is visible for the moon, and then that will set and go away. You won't be seeing it again. I'm going to kind of land sort of somewhere. This is going to be kind of in the edge. So if you like landed in the equator of Africa, you can probably just see the moon setting. So if I'm right, you should see the moon kind of going down the Earth. If I can find it. Yeah, maybe the moon is gone at this time. Maybe the moon is gone. Where the heck is it? Moon, 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 moon. Alright, so the moon is not completely gone yet. It's just a couple sides of the moon that you can't see Africa right now. Can't tell if this is able to set or not. It's quite a strange pattern, I'm not gonna lie, it's very strange. The patterns are quite strange. And then the moon will eventually rise again. Like that. And it will set. This is really strange though, I've got to be honest. So yeah, this is how, if the moon orbits the polar areas of the Earth. So we're going to end the video here. So I'm actually going to, I think we have been there for quite long already. So I think I'm just going to end this video here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like and subscribe if you want it, and I'll see you next week. So yeah, I'll see you later. Or maybe, well yeah, next week at weekends. So damn. Anyways, so yeah, I'll see you on weekends, and eventually there will be a week holiday in May later this month, so we will be uploading more videos again, so like we did at Easter. And then I've got my final half term in my school for my year 8s right now, so yeah, I will be in year 9 by the end of this year. Actually no, in September. And yeah, my year's almost ended. I'm in my final term of the year, and I'm in second to last half term currently. So yeah, after this holiday it will be my final half term, and then I'm all done for year 8. And yeah, so see you later, and I'll see you later next week.